With the entire league still in shock over the Luka trade and the deadline coming up fast, the Warriors pulled off a low-scoring win against the offensively challenged Orlando Magic. Despite not starting, Moody continued a strong January with 17 points and a dagger 3, while Andrew Wiggins kept his midseason revival going with 25 points. So let's break it down. The first half was an embarrassing showing for both teams. Here we have a handoff screen action for Wiggins to attack the middle of the court. The Magic front court is massive, with Banchero getting stuck on the screen and Midseason in the drop coverage. I've broken down plenty of actions in my previous videos about how Wiggins loves to attack the middle of the court in a straight line drive. However, GP2 unfortunately brings his man and Gary Harris over to help, but Wiggs is still able to survey the big man and hit him with a couple in and out dribbles before getting a tough floater up. That's an aggressive move. GP2 comes for the immediate high pick and roll with Steph Curry, forcing KCP to come up and switch. Orlando does not do a good job communicating here, allowing Payton to slip and get the short roll pass, getting a 3-on-2 advantage. However, Cole Anthony is technically supposed to be the weak side low man to rotate, but I'm sure Banchero is wired to do the same as a big man, and this creates just enough hesitation in the Magic defense. Gary Harris realizes too late before trying to peel switch, but a solid kick out to the wide open Wiggins, who passes Chris Mullin on the franchise list with made threes. Moody has been scoring in double digits for pretty much every single game in January, and he's risen to the challenge with the roster injuries. Warriors fans have been crying for him to start instead of Buddy Hield. Even after a first missed three, Moses jukes Isaac so much he thought he was back cutting before relocating for another attempt at the same location. He's been doing the one thing that Buddy's supposed to be good at, which is knocking down wide open catch and shoot threes. In these next two plays, not much of a breakdown, but I want to talk about the controversial decision of Steve Kerr playing Moody out of position, mainly at the 3 but even at the 4. Moody has shown that he's not fast enough to guard shooting guards despite being 6'5", but he's lanky and strong enough to create space and score on this layup. And when he's slotted at the 4 playing against 6'11" Paolo Banchero, he's actually quick enough to attack the closeout and get triple penetration, then hesitate the defense before exploding for an athletic finish. These are interesting decisions by the coaching staff that I'm not sure is sustainable in the long term, but at least Moody is making the most out of his playing time. Andrew Wiggins has always been extremely athletic, and our fan base just wants him to dunk it more often. Here, KCP makes a grave mistake of ball watching on Steph Curry, allowing this slight relocation by Steph and pass by Draymond to get a double team, as Banchero has to get a hand up. Perfect cut by Wiggins right to the hoop, and Steph finds him for an athletic finish over the smaller guard. As I said, it was a pathetic scoring half for both teams. On the weak side, you can see Buddy try to set a down screen first, but the Magic pre-switched this so Banchero can play to his strength and stay close to the rim while KCP switches to Wiggins in order to play the perimeter. Wiggs then comes for the on-ball screen, and the same thing happens like earlier where the threat of Curry's shooting draws KCP to immediately trap, opening up the short roll pass to Wiggins right to the paint. Midseason has to rotate over as the weak side low man, and credit Wiggins for using his strength to rise up and finish over the big man. That's just incredible core strength. To start the second half, we have a pin down by Quentin Post with Black chasing and Steph about to curl and looking wide open, so this forces the screener's defender and Midseason to come up and show. Post is then able to pop, however Steph was not on the same page as he thought he was actually going to cut for 2 points. Credit Post for still putting pressure on the rim, forcing the weak side low man Wagner to rotate and help, and KCP is now responsible for the 2 weak side Warriors. Again, Wiggins does not stay on the perimeter and cuts to the rim for a higher percentage look. Great offense here. We love an on-ball pick and roll with Steph. Wendell Carter comes out to trap Steph, opening up the short roll pass again, this time to Looney. Again, KCP is technically the weak side low man, but Banchero is wired to protect the rim as a bigger body. This opens up an unnecessary long closeout back to the 3-point line, where Wiggs is able to attack off the cash, then gets the famous Marcin Gortat screen by Looney in order to get this tough jump hook off. Tough shot, but he gets the roll. Back to Moody, where there is not much of a breakdown, but he's continuously shown his ability to use his speed to get past bigger defenders, but not guys his height. Still, this is an extremely tough underhand scoop shot that Moses somehow got to go in, but it's definitely been his month if you look at his recent scoring performances. Golden State finally has a double-digit lead, but it was not going to last for long. To end the third quarter, GP2 comes up for the high pick and roll, but simultaneously Banchero is caught ball watching while Looney is focused on the pin down screen. Wagner is playing a drop because Schroeder does not really shoot threes, but instead he's focused on the right wing, where Banchero is not accustomed to chasing guards on the perimeter. Moody gets an in-rhythm wide open catch and shoot 3. And to absolutely no one's surprise, the Warriors choke another lead in the fourth quarter. Now it's time to keep the offense simple. Wiggins clearly has a mismatch on a smaller guard than Anthony, and this is exactly what I want the offense to look like. Abuse the mismatch and take him in isolation. Wiggs has 5 inches on Anthony and stays patient by using his body to post him at the free throw line and creating a lot more room before using his patented tornado move over his right shoulder for a clean jump push shot. Way to run easy offense here. For the dagger 3, I was stoked that Moody capitalized on this. Steph was having a tough night shooting, but his gravity will always be there. Backscreen on Wiggins and Orlando plays straight up, then Curry runs off Looney's curl screen, forcing the screen defender and Carter to show while Anthony's chasing from behind. This opens up another short roll pass to Looney, who now has a 3-on-2 advantage. Unfortunately, KCP decides to help one pass away off the strong side by stunting at Loon, but this is too easy of a kick-out pass to Moody. Even with Caldwell Pope knowing that this was going to happen and still contests, Moody's able to hit the dagger 3. There you guys have it. With the entire NBA landscape shifting and the trade deadline looming, the Warriors still have not made a move despite being in conversations with almost every superstar. It's definitely been frustrating to stay around 500 the last couple years, but I want to highlight Moody's consistent play over the past several weeks, scoring double digits, attacking larger defenders, and most importantly, knocking down wide open threes, something starting guard Buddy Hield has not been doing clearly. By now, Moody has earned that spot, but I don't trust Steve Kerr to make the change. Andrew Wiggins has continued his annual midseason revival, keeping his aggressiveness to maintain his trade value ahead of the deadline. The next few days will be very interesting, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.